Hey guys, Kellie Cottam, Step Up Britain, Forced Adoption Exposed, Halt the Adoption Drive. Absolutely sod knows how we are running right now because I have no internet. Anyway, we're down here at Parliament Square for Halt the Adoption Drive, where I have a film crew with us. Just show you, camera. So, going to be filming all day over the next 3 days. Going to be interviewing parents who have been affected by social services and the family courts, and pretty much within the whole system really. Brexit's down here. They're doing a lot of panels for Brexit, how people feel about it. So we're going to also do the same for Step Up Britain, Forced Adoption Exposed. I've got obviously Aaron and Faith t-shirt, Halt the Adoption Drive, set up for a few people outside Parliament. Hello. We have one parent now. Oh, also Mark is here, and Mark is taking the RCJ. So Mark is going to be up at the RCJ. He's actually there every day. He's not advising anybody. He does talk to people. He's just there to put pressure on the courts for himself, but also for pretty much just what is going on within the system, because he's caught up in the system. What's going on with all of us is a systematic procedural error that's causing total miscarriage of justice here in the UK. That's not within just children's social services, that's in adult social services, that is also within the medical departments. There's pretty much everything that comes under MASH, which is the multi-agency, which is the services that are there to enable the people. However, they are not there to enable the people, they are there to disable the people. And I am one parent who comes under the remit of disability. I also come under the remit of mental health. I also come under the remit of learning difficulties. I also come under the remit of expelled, foster care, sexual abuse victim. What other labels do they want to give me? Labels are for cans, they are for beans and spaghetti, they are not for human beings. All of us go through trauma, all of us have challenges, all of us go through adversity, all of us have times when we need to turn to somebody for some form of help. That might mean that you go to your GP, that might mean you go to the police, that might mean that you go to a health visitor, it might mean that you speak to your school, your children's school, that might mean that you speak to pretty much all the services, adult social services, children's social services, and pretty much every single one of them are policed, which is policing by these guys here. So we are out, and I'm going to literally be doing interviews all day, but I'm going to switch over from mine, guys, and we have an official film crew. He's got his little camera at the moment, but we've got official film crewing. So because I want a really good quality for the YouTube videos, it's worked out perfect. So he's literally going to film all day. He's just on live introducing me onto his. So hi guys, over onto...
You're free at the moment.
Oh, right, okay.
A bit slow.
Right, we're over there. And basically what I'm doing is I'm goading parents to come down, speak with me, let me interview you, let me put your story up on Forced Adoption Exposed. If it's something else to do with another matter. So if you are local, I know that there is one mum who lives literally just over there, and I only found out the other day that since I saw her last time, she hasn't left her house. There's a lot of parents out there, people, that can't leave their homes because there are children around and they've had their children taken and they've been gagged. Most of them have become depressed. Most of them are in grief. Most of them are suffering with what would be classed as post-traumatic stress. What is happening with the removal of children is worse than physical, sexual and emotional and medical abuse. It's worse because what you're doing is severing the bond. You're not just severing the bond, you are taking away the whole identity of the person. Now, we are human beings, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have to live in a holistic, full way. This system is fragmented, and what that does is that keeps us fragmented, and it keeps us in a loop going around, and we are slaves. We are slaves to the system, and you are going to work to feed the queen bee who lives down that way, and to basically pay tax to these guys. The tax is not going out to the community. That's not actually what it's about. It's your council tax that is paying for community-driven things like the police, fire brigade, and adult social services. Children's social services is funded by the education system.
And they're all corrupt.
Yeah, they're all corrupt. When I first started this, it was called the Education and Adoption Bill. I told them that I will stop when it is called the Families and Education and Service Bill. Now, at the end of the day, it's the Education and Adoption Bill. All the money, all the funds, everything. 26,000, I've got some statistics out somewhere else, but I think it's 26,000 for one child to be placed in an adoption home. There's a whole list over on Forced Adoption Exposed that has the whole list breakdown of the charges that each council make. Because obviously, once you have a piece of paper, that piece of paper is exchange of time and service. So you're exchanging your time, or you are exchanging a product or a service of some kind, and for that there is render, money, gold, coins. Other people are now moving on to digits and other things. I'm not going to get into because I'm going to break down and speak throughout the day on different things, because obviously, as you know, I have a lost and lost syndrome. I have to keep my voice box going. I do have vocal cord dysfunction. I do dislocate my joints. I'm down here with my two little babies who I've had since Aaron and Faith were taken. I understand this system from a very, very different point of view. I've got a lot of knowledge. I didn't know what to do when Aaron and Faith were taken. I froze like a rabbit stuck in the headlights. And as the time went on, lucky I've got one mum helping me because one baby's just fallen over. So please, even if you just want to come down and help me while I do some interviewing and interview people, and you can just have a picnic with us and come and have some chat, have some healing. As you know, I have a psychology degree. I'm a Robbins coach. There isn't a form of therapy or anything that I haven't studied or anything, because at the end of the day, I never wanted to be called a sexual abuse victim. Now, the other matter that I'm going to be talking about today is the fact that it's not just about government having a paedophilia circle. It's fucking rife everywhere. It's in the education system. It's in the police. It's your next door neighbour. It's your family people. It's probably even your cousin who's coming around tomorrow night. It could be your dad, your father, your mother. Paedophilia is about paedophilia. What's the problem is there are people in positions that are protected because they have more money than Jack Jones down the street. So they can show on statistics that they're doing all the right thing through the police, but at the end of the day, even people like the paedophile hunters, they're going for little people in council houses. All that's going to happen is they get them, it gives them their statistics, it shows they're doing their job, but it's not getting the people that work in here or over there or up there or within the elite establishments, which actually isn't the elite establishment because there's an elite, we know this, but we are under the United Nations, which brings us back to Brexit. As you know, we're in what, sorry? No, that was quite important.
I just said hello, Ian.
Oh, okay. He was saying hello, but Ian, do we know an Ian? If we know an Ian, I think there's somebody out there called Ian that knows something that I need to know right now, because I believe in the hands of the Lord. He got me here through complete against the odds today. I'm absolutely broke. My car is thrown in the hospital at the moment, but nobody's here, guys. The mum who actually organised today is going to get down here for about 5. I know she's definitely on her way because I spoke to her while she was on the bus. We have another mother here, but I'm going to let people introduce themselves as I interview them. If you're Forced Adoption Exposed, what you'll do is go over on... See, Lord knocks him down. As soon as he runs, he gets knocked down to give us time to go and find him. I'm petrified about my boys because we are on a ring road. So if you are local and you're not doing anything today, you don't want to be interviewed, you don't want to be part of it, then just come down, sit down, bring me a coffee because I've no money, and come and chase my kids around for a bit and have some fun. If anybody hurts them, I'll break your necks, and I'm likely to stick a gun to your head if you did any harm to my children, and my psychological report will tell you so. But at the end of the day, it's a fun day. I'm not here to protest. I am going into Parliament. There is a domestic violence policy meeting going on at 4:15 that I want to go and see, which is not in Parliament, it's over in one of the other buildings. Therethere's also the Backbench Committee, and that's what I'm here for, because in July, I can't remember what date it was, July 12th or 11th, Parliament had a debate on forced adoption in the UK. Now, I'm a graduate. I've also been to school. I've also been to college, and I have done essays. Now, when you are delivered an essay, if the title says debate forced adoption in the UK, that means debate forced adoption in the UK. That doesn't mean present the centerpiece of a puzzle and leave everything out. If you actually wrote an exam paper like that, that would fail. So what the parties have done in here is pretty much all the MPs are rejecting everybody's cases, everybody's stories, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you, if you've got paperwork, red for wrong, highlighters, 3, red for wrong, amber for what it's about. It's a 4 actually. Amber just tells the story. Green is everything's okay. Amber is that they've misunderstood. Red wrong. And literally go through all of your paperwork. And in October, I want you all going and speaking to your local councillor, and I want you to talk about all your local issues and local problems. I just need to take my son because he's had a bit of a Humpty Dumpty moment. And also, are you okay? Come here then. And also, oh, I might have to cut off, but he'll settle with mummy. Hello. Somebody's tired. Anyway, guys, I'm going to shoot off and I'll catch up with you later so I can sort my boys out. Catch you later. Oh, he's a tired. They've done so well, guys. They really have. Anyway, I am going to cut off. I'm just going to settle my son. And I'm going to catch you over on some flitting in and out on mine. I've no memory for any pictures. My battery is crap. I've had to borrow somebody's little charger thing. But we have got the film crew. Going to do lots of different videos. But obviously, I'm here with my boys. I've set up like a picnic. So please, come down. Celine, all of you, please just come down, spend some time, catch up. I haven't seen all of you since 2015. Caught up with Mark. Mark's still here. Another dad, and Mark is off down to the Royal Courts. He's going to go and check up at Downing Street to see if anybody's up at Downing Street. And basically, we win one person at each place, really. Mark's up one place. And literally, guys, the MPs have come back to school. It's school holidays are over and the big kids are back. The MPs are back in school. It is the education system, and the MPs are back in school. They have yet to graduate the school of life. They are still in school, guys. They went all the way through the education system. They went to college, they went to university, and they are in boarding school still. And it's time that we gave them a whole new education. We got to fucking halt this adoption drive, guys. It starts in October, and we got to kick this stuff off to stop this, because it's going to get worse. And we need to now make them work for us. We need to be telling them, this is the problem, you go sort the solution. And all of us need to be sitting down with our councillors, MPs, and basically telling them, you work for us. We are no longer peasants. You work for us. This is a business, and we are your supply. We are your clients, and basically the customer is right. So on that note, guys, come on, it's time to step up Britain. I'm stepping up for Britain. Are you going to step up for Britain? Because if we don't, guys, this place really is going to the dogs, and our children are here. And even if I leave and bugger off to another country, I've still got 4 children here. And it's about time that parents made a stand. And I'm talking about parents who do have their kids, and basically take your children out of the system and tell them, until this paedophilia matter is cleared up, we are not sending our kids into any of your organised instructions until basically it gets cleaned up. And basically keep an eye on your kids, guys. If your children are in the music industry, if they are in acting, modelling, please keep an eye on things. Yeah, see how things are going. Absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much. Bye.
Couldn't catch him in time before he tumbled into them both.
Travelling around the world, appreciate